Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Shenzhen Group B action, as we actually lied to you before we threw it to a commercial break, as we're not going to do the winners match, but we're going to do the losers match first between Jinna Green Wings True and very own Stork. Stork, who just battled against Locust for a solid 2 hours.
Yep.
Could potentially battle some more Locusts, as our first map is already live and we are loaded in to Overgrowth. Let's just take it. Let's just jump ahead.
All right. As you guys can see,
Take a leap of faith.
Kevin, you're not lying. This is Overgrowth in the top right. We have Stork from Samsung Galaxy. And he has opened up with a very fast probe scout.
Very fast indeed.
Very fast.
This drone is very confused, as this drone, of course, belongs to the Red Zerg player spawning in the left bottom side of the map. He looked really impressive yesterday in his first 2 series. However, he seems to be a little lost in ZVT. I won't say PvZ, but it is ZVT. In the other matchups, he looked really good though. Give it up for True. And we give it up for, I'm talking to this like one cleaning lady in the back of the studio that's still cleaning cans of Red Bull that we've been drinking.
She has the passion.
Yes. Ooh, and this drone that just made it across the map is just like, ha. Oh, and Stork is pulling a huck.
Oh, man. You know, someone actually calculated. There was that guy on Reddit that's like, this is the exact number of probes you need. Has he pulled enough?
He pulled
8.
8.
Wasn't it 10?
Yeah, and now he pulls
10
9.
probes, and then you can save it.
Okay, right now it's losing HP, so this hatch will die, but there is a chance, if True is very fast, that he morphs it into an evolution chamber. Bam! Bam!
Boom!
Boom! Fast.
That's how you reload a proxy hatch.
He could have actually kept it alive for a little longer. Evolution chambers gain HP so quickly that I think there was a chance that this might have not been enough probes. Oh my god.
What? No.
No. No!
I don't believe it.
This is really smart.
I mean, just look at the income, right? Like, this has to be wrecking the income.
Yeah. And what do you think is going to happen now if he morphs it into an evolution chamber again? Then I can just ignore it, right?
At that point, he could almost morph it into a spawn.
Yeah, but the spawning pool is more than halfway done, by the way. If Zerglings just... Oh my god, no! True! Dirty! Love it, Nate. Because like now he's forced to do this, now he's gonna pull his probes back again.
Bring the probes out.
Okay, he has been building probes all along, so he has 11 probes in the main base now. However, there are Zerglings already out. Stork has been doing sort of the same thing on the other side of the map.
I can't believe how many hatcheries he started and cancelled.
I would love to see the build or the history of this. Look at the HP of this evolution chamber. Okay, he's losing HP. But
just
not very
barely.
fast, yeah. He could have kept it alive longer.
Oh my god, this drone, he's seen things.
Yes, this drone will refuse to let go of his dreams. They said, I can become anything I want to.
So he became
and it's
like
either
4
a hatchery.
hatcheries and over.
A hatchery. Look, he's coming back.
No, no. I don't believe it.
This is beautiful. I love it.
It's not possible.
Wait, do you think he's gonna morph into an evolution chamber again?
No.
Do it. Yeah!
I don't know what to say.
This
Ronnie.
is e.sports. That's what it is.
I don't know.
This drone extractor. This
he
drone.
Gets the last laugh.
Look, Stork is so mad at this one drone. Never in the history of StarCraft 2 has Stork been this mad at one drone. At 5 minutes and 30-second mark, Stork will finally be able to get his natural. Okay, all jokes aside, let's take a look at how this plays out. Stork is up 3 workers, but his Nexus is incredibly late. Then again, this hatchery is kind of late as well.
If he wins, everyone will say this was one of the greatest things they've ever seen.
Yes.
And if he loses, well, look at that. He's used probes to help kill things.
Yes. So
much in this game.
These stasis, man, these stasis have never been to work this much.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my goodness.
Man, imagine if you just joined the stream right now, you see like units lost 1, 435. What did he build? The first unit that died was an Ultra or something like that.
It's like, okay, maybe you got a hatch killed and a few drones. Like, no, actually that's just from proxying and canceling hatcheries in his opponent's base.
Alrighty, so the hatchery is up and running right now. This is going to skyrocket True's economy for a little while. So we can see that he's going to be mining close to 1,000 minerals. It will, of course, take a little while longer before Stork is there. Not that much longer, though. Very interesting opening. I would love to tell you guys how this plays out or who's ahead, but I have not seen this before. So I can pretend that I've been in this scenario, but I've not. I can sort of say when in a regular hatch block into an evolution chamber, but I haven't seen the quadruple hatch block yet.
No.
We've seen some beautiful things today, man.
Today has been a definitely interesting game, to say the least.
And this is only the start of our day. If this is a sign of everything else that we will see today, then by the end of the day, I will not know which game we are casting anymore.
No, this
That was awesome.
I don't even know. I don't know what else to expect from these guys, honestly. True has done some crazy stuff. I don't think he's the swarm hosty player, but it's certainly possible.
He seems a little too active. The true PvZ reminds me a tiny bit of Hyun. He just loves to run around with a bunch of units. This queen is going to be in a little bit of trouble. He needs Zerglings, and he needs them real soon. Creep to inject? Go on, do something with it. Oh, he tried to buy time.
He got it. He no-scoped that inject right on the hatchery right before he died.
Okay, that's nice. He tried to buy time with the other queen to get a transfuse up, but that did not work. So Zealot for a queen is, of course, a good trade for Stork.
That Overlord barely survived.
Alright, so far this is very similar to what we saw him do earlier, where he expands with like 4 gateways and +1.
Oh, we got the tweets coming up here now too.
Drone of the year.
DX or DK9111A. Drone of the year on hashtag IEM. I would say he's probably got drone of the year.
I can dig it.
I have not seen any other drones make such big plays.
Interesting. We see 8. What? This is 8 roaches of hatchery tag, by the way.
Huh.
True
True
might have some lag spikes. I think in some languages this translates to lag spikes. I'm not exactly sure. However, of course, as soon as we know, we'll let you guys know. But this is quite interesting because we have a bunch of roaches on the production tab very, very early on. These are slow roaches, so they're not as scary as layer tag roaches. Still pretty scary. With 4 gateways, right now 3 sentries, a stalker, and a mothership core. I think Stork should be able to defend that, but of course the speedlink follow-up is going to be scary. True is on 51 drones, so he can produce a lot of units of 51 drones.
How many probes are there?
45. Stork actually does not have his 3rd Nexus yet, but he will most likely warp it in real soon.
I can see it. I mean, this Ling Roach play should shut down any 3rd, right, though?
Yes.
At the very least, it should shut down a 3rd.
It's going to be very hard, because then the sentries are very exposed, because there is no Sim City to protect them. It's not like he has a Nexus and gateway or a pilot.
Open area between the natural and the 3rd make things really, really tricky. So
we're just going to wait a few seconds, and hopefully this will solve itself. Like it did earlier in Snoot versus Innovation, it was correct? No, Snoot versus Stork on Overgrowth. It was Overgrowth as well. Maybe the problem is Overgrowth.
Overgrowth is causing a lot of internet issues.
You know, once upon a time, this like Mr. Bitter brought this story up like 384,000 times when it was cast time. We casted a tournament in China, which I believe was IEM Guangzhou. I think it was Guangzhou, or it was before that. I think it was Guangzhou. And we just hosted a bunch of maps. Actually, it wasn't us, it was just the players, because we didn't have a tournament admin back then. That seemed like something we didn't need. It was like, who needs a tournament admin? You can just let the players host. But then Strelok, a Ukrainian terror player, was like using the random game lobby list of the Chinese server. So he hosted this map, Shakura's Plateau. I think he was playing against Revival. I'm not sure about that. It's a very long time ago. Either way, Strelok is just wrecking Revival. You know, he's just like completely owning him. He's like barely losing a unit. There are a bunch of mutalisks. They just don't do anything. They're like a bunch of Stim Marines running across the map, killing everything. And then like 15 seconds before the end, Revival is like, Marine, too strong. And then we click on the Marine, and the Marine did like 9 damage a shot and had 7 range. So poor Revival never stood a chance. And then Strelok actually tried to make a case for the fact that he thought he would have won that game regardless. It's like, well, Strelok, I don't think we can look at it like that because your Marines were a tiny bit too strong.
No, that's great. I remember seeing Zealots with Reaper jetpacks and permanent charge too.
Oh yeah, and the Marines were also always stimped, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were always stimped. By the way, a couple of roaches squeeze through. First force fields go down. It's an interesting position trying to defend. There's just no damage output in Stork's army. So he ends up losing a sentry, ends up losing a stalker. These roaches are going to make it very, very hard for this Nexus to finish. We see 1 cannon finishing up, but with all these reinforcements, Nate, if Stork is actually going to send his units out, there is a theoretic chance that he's going to lose them all.
He's going for the 3rd base. The cannon is down. The Nexus is not complete
Stork is
yet,
not going to save this Nexus. And if Stork loses all of this
Is this enough
buildings,
damage, though, without a lair?
Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, layer is done right now, by the way.
Oh, okay. I'm blind.
Infestation pit is the follow. Yeah, he fired up the layer halfway during the first 10, 12 roaches, something like that. So now True finds himself in a very good position. He's up a base, he's up 11 workers against a 2-base Protoss with almost no tech. Blink is halfway down, +2 just started. Robotics facility is being wiped in, but basically it's a 2-base Protoss with no tech. This is pretty bad if you're Stork.
Yeah. So, Infestation Pit and Zergling upgrades. Do you think Hive for Ultralisks or something weird, or is he going to go Swarm Hosts?
I would have actually loved to see a Hydra then. I think that would have been an okay decision, but...
Oh, Pathogen Glands!
Oh, okay, Roach Infestor. Oh, Zerglings might be able to get a cancel. There are a few Force Fields available though, so it would have been a risky move by True, and I don't mind that he doesn't want to commit to it, but I think he would have got it.
Yeah.
Then again, 2, 4...
Oh, he's... Nope, make up your mind. Nope, okay.
There are like 7 Force Fields available. Overseer gets sacrificed in the main base, but got a reasonable... No, actually didn't see the Twilight, but I think he did see Blink, so he got a small scout off. He did see the robotics facility as well.
That's a good pickup. There haven't been any hallucinated phoenixes being sent around, have there been?
No,
he doesn't know if there's about the
he has no idea.
Hive or the Infestation Pit.
Yeah.
No, that is awkward.
Tiny bit awkward.
I mean, he could be going for pretty much anything at this point.
Forward, Blink. A couple of these Zerglings will get picked off. Now we notice the spikes as well. This is actually the first time that we noticed them too. Before it was just the players, now we notice them. Hopefully things will get better as this game progresses. Most of these Protoss units are out of position. This Nexus, okay, that's a good Zealot wipe in. But still though, a couple of these Zerglings might fall. Whole position being used. A lot of these Zealots in a little bit of a tricky position as well. Probes falling. And this entire Protoss army has to come back. This is pretty bad for Stork. Once more ends up losing a bunch of probes.
Yeah, this is a really awkward spot to be in. +1 attack was researched, right? So those upgrades were not complete. Yeah. The Carapace upgrade basically wasn't complete during that attack. So that those +2 attack upgrades for Stork made those Zealots really strong.
Okay, the Fungus is still going to have to be good, especially off creep. I think that True might lose, but if he just buys like 30 seconds for himself, he's going to have a much bigger army to work with. Right now his army is actually not all that strong. Yes, you have 1-1 upgrades on your Zerglings, but you still want to be careful. Hallucinated Colossus are not as strong as they look, we learned earlier today.
No, and he's going to move in on all these forces. Fungal hit some of these Stalkers, which is nice.
There's so many Zerglings though, and with upgrades they're actually going to trade reasonably well because these Fungals were good enough. I feel this is a terrible attack so far for Stork. This is really not going the way that he wants it to go. These Stalkers really cannot fall. If he keeps the Stalkers alive, there is a chance. And actually the Blinks have been pretty good. He's going to end up losing most of them in the end anyway though. I feel that Stork has just lost too much already now.
Yeah, true.
Like even if he kills this base, what does it even mean? Yeah, okay. You shot down one hatchery, the Zerg player is still up 17 workers, or... Yeah, 17 it is.
Infested Terran's getting thrown out to help support this. These Zerglings going for the surrounding, locks those Stalkers in, very nice. I guess at worst he could try to pick him into that War Prism and zoom away, but he's not going to get much more than that as these Zealots die.
I mean, True definitely needs to start producing a few more units though. Right now the work count, or the army supply is actually too close to comfort. But he has very good upgrades on the way. Even Adrenal Glands, okay, he just produced 40 Zerglings. That should be enough. If Stork would have like 4 Archons now, then he could theoretically win the game because there's nothing that would be good against Archons. Stork realized this as well. He's like, hey, if I get some Archons, that would be really good. So he wipes in the Templar Archives. Now suddenly he fires up 5 Ultralisk, and needless to say, 5 Ultralisk are never going to die against just Gateway units. Even if you're a Stork and you're a Brood War Legend and your Blinks are very good.
Yeah, that's...
Have a bad time.
Ultras are good, man. Ultras are good. Starting to clean up the creep. He is moving in, and he's getting a Templar Archive, so there's some sort of other late game tech, but I don't know if that's the answer to Ultralisks.
Stork's just gonna have to sit back and like pray that he survives for a long time. True's army supply just exploded from like 39 to 114. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
That's just not a problem.
Well, he's going to kill these Zealots in the third base. That Photon Cannon, though, only one Zergling can hit it at a time.
Yeah, but still, these 2-2 Zerglings are going to wreck bases, man.
Yeah. I think he can still get all the probes, I think. He's like really wants to get
He can get everything over here. Stork on the other end is like, cool, maybe I can just attack. But that is a great Fungal. The Ultralisk are here as well, and I'm afraid this is curtains for Stork.
Yeah, he's got nothing else left. Zerglings and Ultras come from both directions. The Fungals lock him down, and GG is called True. Takes game number 1 of this best of 3 here in the lower bracket match. So whoever You don't want to lose this next game if you're Stork, because that means that you are eliminated.
Yeah, that would be the end of Stork's run at the Intel Extreme Masters, and that would be a little disappointing, especially after he recently got an MVP trophy in Pro League, and also just because finally, you know, he's been picking up a few wins here and there, and of course, a lot of the Brood War fans have a lot of nostalgic feelings when watching Stork play, and they want to see him do well. Unfortunately, so far, it's not his tournament. Running into these Zergs, they're terrifying. Our second map is going to be played on... Well, I still don't know.
It's in Chinese. You know, if you click the gear in the top left.
This one?
No, to the right. A little bit. There you go. Yep. And one of those, if you click that, right-click it, boom, map info. King Staging Station is the next map.
Cool. Now we know. Alrighty. Of course, this was a very unique game as well. It's a very frustrating game for Stork to lose because it probably feels like he's like, come on, man. Like I've dealt with hatchery blocks before, but I don't think he's ever had.
A bit outrageous.
Yes, this drone just refused to let go. You could hear the Frozen song in the back, you know, let it go, let it go. You won't be a hatchery, but this drone said, no, I want to be a hatchery, and I don't care what you guys tell me.
Yeah, that's a true story of if you want to be something. If you believe you work hard enough, you can achieve it. You can become 4 hatcheries, 3 evolution chambers, and an extractor. It's doable. New meta.
There are not many drones who can tell the tale of being all that. And unfortunately, this drone wasn't able to tell the tale either. But he lived it. He lived up his life. This drone said YOLO, but actually he lived many times.
Yeah,
he said YOLO is a lie.
You know, it's like you lose your supply when you become a building. So like he went in and out of like being a living thing like multiple times. Aside from like obviously being a living.
We could ask this drone if it's true that like life flashes in front of your eyes before you die, because he went through it so many times that he probably remembers.
Write a book on it at this point.
Either way, over here on the right bottom side of King Sejong Station, we have our Brood War legend. His tournament life is on the line. It is Stork.
Yep. He is 0-1 against an incredibly good Zerg player who happens to go by the name of Jinair Greenwings Shrew. And he played actually really well. He has destroyed, it seems, everybody that isn't a Terran so far.
Yeah, I have really mixed feelings about True. Once more, Nathaniel and me casted a couple of games of the open bracket last night as well from the Intel Extreme Masters Shenzhen. And man, did True look good against Seed, and did he look fantastic against Revival. However, whenever he goes up against a Terran, it suddenly looks like we're watching a different Zerg player of a whole different caliber as well. Things are just not coming together for him in ZVT. In the other 2 matchups, he looked like he knows what he's doing, even though that last game felt a little random. And once more, this drone, I have the feeling that this drone has dreams too.
No, I don't want. I refuse to believe it.
I think he has different type of dreams, but look at Stork. If I was Stork right now, I would pull 4 drones already.
It's like, no,
don't
do it.
No,
don't do it, man. Don't you do it. Oh, he's trying. He's like, no.
This is the best.
You shall not hatch. Oh, well, there you go. He's got to hatch.
All right, well, drones have been pulled once more. This is not enough, though. 8 is not enough, right? No. He needs 10.
He started working on it really early. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take a look at... Okay, it's losing HP, not very fast. Okay, now it's losing HP quite fast.
All right. That's enough.
Evolution Chamber!
Oh! Is he gonna pull it off?
No.
Nope.
But he can always become another hatchery.
He can always become another hatchery. That's not...
I think he's gonna give up.
Yeah.
No, wait, what am I talking about?
No. He's like, no, I don't want to send all the probes home.
Who said early games, early phase StarCraft 2 is boring? This is not boring at all. This is non-stop action from like the 50-second mark.
This action starts faster than even your standard... Like, look how many probes. He's like, no. Do you think it's worth it to kill that drone?
Well, I think it's worth it to get a natural.
For all the probes that he's had, just like kind of dancing around.
All right, at least this game he doesn't have to worry. I think True realized that last game, despite having the relatively quick spawning. Oh, whoa, what? It's a double hatch. Man,
double.
Imagine his build order so far. It's like hatch, 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 pool. It's like, are we watching cats play? It's like, no.
No, not really. That was. This has been an interesting series. Just. Like, if you just tell everybody about what happened in the first, like, two and a half, like, 3 minutes of both games, or like...
Your friend just walked to the kitchen, you know, to get a pizza or get the Middle Light. It's like, yo, what did I miss? Well, 4 hatcheries went off. It's like, no, you liar. No, I mean it. That's like, you know, if you try to watch an NFL game and it's like 22-0 after 3 minutes.
It's like, yeah, that's all you know, first play of the game. Wait, they're already up like 14-0? Like, what is this?
I saw what you did there.
You brought...
What is this?
What is this?
It's an Innova Y50 laptop.
Oh my god. This isn't my world. He's got a Zealot on the way. The spawning pool is just about done. So he's actually... So we're seeing him play with gas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. Because he went triple hatch for pool, it's not unusual to see a single gas build from a Zerg player.
What is this?
What?
Would be really cool if
This
he's
would be
like,
the most epic proxy ever.
if he starts leapfrogging Nexus, you know, like one here, one here, one here, one here, and then he casts double photon overcharge slowly but steady forward. How cool would that be, Nate? That'd be really cool.
That'd be really
Like
cool.
imagine
story.
if he gets a Nexus here and then like a mothership core at home, then 7 gateways, and then he just like recalls to the other side of the map. No, he's not gonna do that. See his target being wiped in.
Yeah.
Which is of course a little bit more of a solid choice. You don't want to roll your tournament life on the line, or you don't want to roll the dice with tournament life on the line.
Yeah. No, certainly so.
He can always use, like, what he could theoretically do.
it is the last place that he's going to check for any pylons, right? Because you just, you know, it's so absurdly close to you that you think, no, there's no possible way he's going to
And even if an Overlord, like would hatch with this rally point, is not going to see this probe. You know, imagine if he makes a bunch of Phoenixes and then drops like 6 gateways in his main and starts warping in from this pylon. That would actually
We saw one other player abuse that area against True as well yesterday. Jakji.
Really?
Yeah, Jakji like got like a really fast Marine set up there, right? And then he just killed him. He like choked up a bunch of Marines and Hellbats there. Or maybe has there just been too much StarCraft that I've
No,
not
like
even
I know
remember.
which game you meant. I think you're talking about this game that Bomber played against Violet on Battlegrounds Atlanta.
Oh god.
Where, like,
I don't know, man. There was a Terran versus Zerg, like he just like crushed him with a choke point.
Yeah, like that was like Bomber who kept running Marines around the extractor.
Yeah, that might have been
Yeah,
it.
Bomber Violet at Battlegrounds Atlanta. That was so
there's-
sick. That was brutal. That was absolutely beautiful. Even Targa tweeted, "Oh my God, Bomber!" Then you know that something's good because Targa's a big dude. He doesn't get excited very quickly. 4 more gateways on the way. So it could really be what we're talking about. These Phoenixes will prevent any Overlords from scouting the amount of gateways that are actually going up. Stork could even get 1 more gate if he really wants to, because he can do more than just 5 gateways.
Yeah, this
is sick. Like,
this is a good setup for like a really crazy push.
yeah, like 8 gate plus 1 or 7 gate plus 1. I love this build. I have done this a lot on many different maps. But the biggest problem always is like getting your probe across the map undetected.
Well, this is one way to do it.
And if there's no Roach Warren, there's no way you're gonna stop this. Like without a Roach Warren, you are just dead. T-E-A-D. Promise you that. Man, that rhymes. Sick. 2 AM rhymes with Roddy. Oh yeah. No.
Okay.
There's just no way. Like, True is in so much trouble. He is in so incredibly much trouble.
How much trouble is he in?
Without a Roach Warren, he's dead.
Yeah,
I hate to break.
Phoenix Zealot +1.
Look at this, he's going up to 75 drones while he's being all in by 6 gateways and Phoenixes.
He just doesn't know.
No, don't lose your Phoenixes. You want to keep... The Phoenixes need to stay alive.
He starts at 3rd Nexus. Do you think he wants this to be seen? Or?
He has just shown us his... I don't think... Like, he doesn't know what we know. We know that there is no Roach Warren, so... But he can still keep on wiping in Zealots, and I still think that Stork is going to accidentally kill his opponent with this build.
Yeah, this
It's
is...
like, I just want to pressure with my Zealots. It's like, no, Stork.
Pressure.
Yeah, this is where QXC gets really mad. It's not pressure. These queens are actually doing very, very well. Still crazy. Actually, not too many drones have died yet. Man, these queens... Today we've learned that just queens is apparently enough. Stork, like, could have actually hidden this a little longer and just, like, keep the Phoenixes and gateway units together. He's still doing really good work, don't get me wrong, but he could have straight up won the game. He still can, by the way, if he just keeps whopping in Zealots with +1 upgrades.
Yeah, this is not...
Look at these
not
Zealots.
too bad. Yeah,
Like, he can wipe in a
hidden
few more
pylon,
Zealots.
I guess it's hard to kill it because you've
Well,
got...
I'm really surprised, because without a Roach Warren against 5 gateways and Phoenixes, you're really not supposed to survive this.
So the fact that he survived, he still has does he still have a good number of drones? Like, is he ahead or?
No, I wouldn't say he's ahead, because he lost a few too many drones for that, but he's also not terribly far behind. He's getting a Spire now, which is kind of interesting. The thing is, these Phoenixes are still going to do a lot of damage. Like, they can still pick up a lot of workers. There is no static D. There are a bunch of queens.
Yeah.
Okay, this is really strange because like he really could have won the game in my opinion. With 5 gateways +1 against a no Roach Warren build, you're not supposed to win. I mean, yes, he had a lot of queens, but come on.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to happen like that.
No, he was supposed to keep... Like, the biggest problem is that he didn't keep his units together. Yeah, he let the Phoenixes take so much damage that the Phoenixes couldn't actually help out the Zealots. But if he would have attacked with the Zealots and Phoenixes at the same time, then there is just no chance. There would be not enough damage output in the army of True to defend. I'm very confused by this Spire as well. Unless he just like doesn't want to make any units for like the next 3 minutes. Because if he switches into like 8 Minilisk, it's not going to work. However, if he just hides it for a long time... Did the Spire get scouted, by the way, Nate?
You're on the observer PC, man.
That's right, you're not in
I'm not actually observing the game. Just as
scumbag Roddy.
In order to make sure that we don't cause any additional latency, I'm actually just looking at Roddy's PC.
That was actually really rude by me. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot like
that.
But okay, it can work because Stork has still not scouted the Spire, and he's actually getting all these tech buildings that are good in usual games, but not in like meta switches. A couple of force fields would be really sweet here. Man, not like that.
Well, he's locked in a lot of the Zerglings, which is nice. The force fields that are separating them from the Zealots will be the first ones gone. It's like, no, stuck in a little donut. That's like, those little force fields like that were like the #1 thing people used to talk about when they first...
This meta switch can work now, by the way, because like there's only 4 Phoenixes, and like he's gonna fire up a Robo Wave most likely behind this. And he's getting charged. He's just getting... Okay, Archons are not bad against Phoenix. This could turn into 19 Roaches. What?
He's making... What? You know,
I don't mind it.
I mean, it's good versus what Stork is doing.
I know, 30 Roaches. I don't mind this at all. I actually think it's quite smart.
It's exactly what he needs. It just doesn't make any sense.
I still... I think Middleist could have theoretically been better.
Did he see that High Templar get warped in, or did he...
Yeah, he saw the Archons. Like, he did see the Archons. And the Roaches are indeed very good against all these Zealots. Charge is finishing up. But still, charge loads are really annoying in this army composition because your Zealots will run away from the rest of the army and then they'll get kited into oblivion by Roaches. But not often do you see a 30 slow Roach transition mid-game. This game, Nate, I think I've made so many wrong calls, I should get fired on the spot.
I think when you have players like when you have True in the game, and you just can't even try to predict what's going to happen.
No, you're right. We should just stop.
Nothing he's done makes any sense. You just got to go full play-by-play mode.
I'm actually like, I'm scratching my head, but not in the figure of speech way, but I'm actually scratching my head because I'm like so confused.
This Warp Prism is going to try to have some Zealots scratch the drones.
I think maybe these two guys.
Oh, he's getting to work on these evolution chambers.
Alright, bunch of Zerglings being sacrificed in this hit spot. I like how Stork is doing this. He's trying to pull the Zerg out of position, but True is maxed out now on 41 Roaches. He's getting Pattern Glance as well. He's going up to 60 Roaches. A lot of Zealots are being spammed in the main base, and with charge that is kind of frustrating. But there should be enough Roaches for True to properly split up his army. He's going up to Hive. I have no idea why. I think a few Vipers are okay in this mix, because he could abduct Immortals. Oh, there are Roaches on the other side of the map as well. Why not?
Yeah, and he's trying to pull Stork back, and it's actually working kind of well. Okay, the liftoffs are really nice to help get those Zealots to that choke point. But
second Robo and a Robo Bay.
Did he see those get dropped? Oh, he definitely knows about them now, so that's nice.
What is he gonna do with his Hive tech?
Ling, Roach, and Fester is all he has access to at the moment, right?
He could get better. Is he working?
He has pathogen glands.
He has all upgrades too. Like he has 1-1 and soon to be 2-1-1. He still has that Spire. You know, Broodlords would actually be really good. I'm not kidding. Like Broodlords would actually be very good against this army of Stork.
He's had that Spire in his pocket for a while.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
I'm not sure how I feel about... Like, Infestus, like Fungo is fantastic against all these Zealots. And even, now Fungo's pretty damn good, but he needs all of his units at the same place. Otherwise, you're gonna have one of these scenarios where you fungal a little bit. Oh, these Roaches will be caught between debris and a hard place.
Yep. Break through, run in, all the Zealot force field warp in to try to stop him. But these Roaches should still be able to do a lot of damage to these units.
He does not have Burrow, by the way.
That is frustrating.
For the people who wonder, there is no Burrow.
No Burrow.
Okay, they're now double Colossus. Like he's been Hive for a solid 3 minutes now. And he's not done anything with it. Okay, he fires up Adrenal Glands. I mean, it's a good upgrade, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't really rush the Hive for it. Now we see an Ultimate Cavern against a double Robo. I don't know. We'll see.
This is still a pretty strong army for Stork. Even if it's not, you know, like the ideal composition that you would sometimes look for against this sort of army, but
These 3 roaches and these 5 happy zerglings did force a cancel on this fort base, but I have the feeling that True can't actually.
I don't think he can do this.
He has 23 roaches.
There's too much.
He has 70 zerglings, and there are 4 Archons in the mix. Yeah.
And he's about to be supply blocked into oblivion.
Maybe with like. Okay, the queens are actually very annoying for this army. Nothing in this army is very strong against queens. So if the Fungos are very good, he might force out a recall. Is Stork going to recall? No, not yet.
He's trying. He wants to whittle him down. Okay, there's the recall.
All right, I can dig it.
That's nice because there's a lot of money for True, but he's supply blocked. He lost a lot of overlords during that.
I don't think he's very sure. Okay, I mean he's getting.
He's clogged. He can't get through. Archon's too fat.
Imagine if he doesn't realize this and he moves out with his army.
Oh, man.
Don't you think he's going to ask himself, like,
I don't know, Kev.
I'm maxed out, but I really feel that my army could be a little bigger.
Yeah, this reminds me of all those... This reminds me of MVP versus Squirtle when like half his army supply was left on the island.
But look how good Stork is. It's actually going to defend against this counter push.
I accidentally didn't die.
Okay, these roaches sniped the Colossus. That's very good news. These Zerglings really can't do anything. Since there is a very large... Okay.
Now he's realized. Just imagine. Yeah. Oh, that could have been really ugly. So True has managed to get into the base, but you know what the problem for True right now is? He doesn't have any bank. He's making 6 ultras. This is it. He is winding up for like one haymaker to throw, and that's gonna be it.
And he's like throwing up 3 hatcheries at the same time. And he has like, I mean, I don't blame him because he has no gas. He has plenty of minerals, so he might as well. Even if 2 get sniped and 1 actually goes up and running, then it is still a good investment. So he has infested Archon. That Archon is dead Archon.
Oh.
Good fungo.
Well, now he knows that there are ultralisks.
Kindness plating wasn't ready yet. Now it's ready. +3 is almost ready as well. These ultras doing some serious work.
The transfuses are real, but there's 2 immortals in the back with those colossi. Blinding Cloud is not actually that terrible, but just not enough.
Firepower.
I mean, he doesn't even have enough transfuses. He's got a queen in the back that has not been able to get any of its energy expended. He will still actually clean this up, which is nice, but he's got double robo already.
Very good spellcasting there by True, because this is the type of army that's very easy to miscontrol. You know, your queens run in, or your infestors run in, or your vipers. He actually did that very good. Kept the ultras alive for a long time. The blinding clouds were pretty damn awesome. That's actually pretty damn cool, because he had like 3 units to work with, but he did it pretty effectively. One of his hatcheries did die, but you know, this one is sort of up and running now. Gets scouted by a mighty zealot. Letot like is a really big fan. Whenever there's like one zealot,
the random zealot,
it's like really funny, you know, like analyzing this one game to death, or like there's like a 200 supply fight, and then Todd is like, hey, there is a zealot on the right top side of the map. It's like, I know, Johan, everything is dying. Like, yeah, but there is a zealot killing like 7 drones. I was like, no, Todd, let's watch the main fight. Have you ever noticed that? Like, Johan, he really likes that.
Hey man. Whatever makes him happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, I know. If we can please Todd, then today was a good day. This is when I go to bed at night and I know that Todd was happy.
This army is becoming very anti-ultralisk, though.
Yeah.
They've got more mortals.
I really love the Spire, by the way. Like, did he produce 1 Mutalisk or Corruptor? Maybe it was fake.
I don't think I'm gonna put my cap on. I'm not sure if I think True can beat Stork now. Oh, this is one way to do it.
No, he has
the
money.
Recall. Oh, he's actually right on top of a lot of these units.
These Zerglings doing so sick damage. Did you see that?
Talk about
2 Colossus.
Okay. Am I allowed to change my mind on that one? I'm still not sure. That was
man.
You recall.
Adreno Glance 3 2 Zerglings.
That's like if you Doom drop into Banelings, man.
Okay, here come the old. But no, this is a bad fight, I feel, for True.
The Blinding Cloud and Fungal on the
You should go back.
If only he was able to finish off that Immortal.
And this has been a really cool series. Actually, guys, you know, despite all the ridiculous things that we've seen today, so far the games of the Intox Remastered Sons and Group B main event have been pretty damn awesome. And perhaps the best is still... Oh, Mutalisk. The good old 6 Muta switch. Okay, if he has more larvae, he can actually switch into crazy amount of Mutas. Maybe Stork is a little paranoid now after that last Zergling run by, and he's also like, man, I only have 1 Colossus. 17. What a cool game. This can really still go anyway. Man, this is really cool.
These Zerglings need to be the
MVPs.
MVPs though, because if Stork manages to get across the map and actually fight head on, there's no way he loses to this army.
No, like, this army is not going to die against 20 Mutalisk, but his bases might.
Yeah.
And these Zerglings, you know how fun base trading is with 3-3 Zerglings and Adrenal Glands? Or 3-2, whatever, 3-1.
Sounds fun.
Okay, 3-1, excuse me. But it doesn't matter, they still do a lot of damage, and if there is nothing to kill them, then it's still very good. Yes, they die kind of quickly. He's been hiding the Mullers for a while, but now he reveals them, kills the Warp Prism on the left side of the map with the Zealots inside. And now Stork is like, come on, really? Stork does still have a Stargate, correct? Yes, he has this one.
So you want to be that guy who builds Mutalisks?
He has no fleet. This, you know, if True plays his cards right, like, that's a good start. Wow, that's, oh my, no, True, ow, man, 2 High Templars, did some serious work there.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
And now Stork is like, cool.
Oh, he's actually not. I think
now
he's...
I can counterattack. Oh, he's gonna try to intercept them.
Oh, the whole army is here
What?
for the what? Why
What?
is everything here?
Why? Yes, there's really no need for all these units to be here. Oh my God, this Zerg army is trapped. Messi Soso.
Our admin.
That sounds very Italian, doesn't it?
Messioso.
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 Do you think he's dressed up like Mario or Luigi right now?
No. He's probably wearing an ESL shirt, adminning the event.
Look at the eye next to Messioso. This could be Luigi's Death Star. The Illuminati is real.
The Illuminati's gonna find us after
Alright
these
guys,
comments.
this is gonna wait 25 seconds. This has been such a bizarre game. Once more, if True wins this game, then the tournament is over for Stork. And if you guys are having fun, and hopefully you are, and we are bearable to listen to tonight. It's currently, what time is it, Nate, for us?
It is 1:39 a.m.
Oh, okay. This is the first of 3 tournaments that Nate and me will be casting today.
So
Some people will think this is a joke, but it's actually not a joke.
We're actually not kidding. And a shout out to all you guys that have been tuning in for these games. People in the chat, red eyes there.
Ah.
Senor Shaloner.
Yeah. Lipo. Alright, this is a really good blink as the game has progressed. And, he picked up 2 Vipers as well. There's so much happening all over the place. Stork is truly a master in splitting up small pieces of this Protoss army. Who says Protoss can be entertaining? Man, these Mutalisks have not been doing the damage so far that I think that True was looking for.
Yeah,
and
I still really like Stork's position. I'm worried for True.
No, I totally agree with you, because this army is too strong for the Mutalisks to fight. Those 2 first High Templars really messed things up, because that really forced these Mutalisks to be a lot more passive than they would have liked to be, because they took so much real damage. Mutalisks are fighting against way too many Blink Stalkers now. That's a bad decision, True. I think True's in trouble.
Yeah. He's trying to collapse on basically the last like heavily mining base of Stork, but like he's not going to be able to get his army out of here. Like, I don't think.
Oh, good jukes there as well. Juke the fungo.
Oh, the Ultras want to help tank against Stark. Maybe if you just kill the rocks, buy himself some time. I don't know. He has to kill this Nexus.
True is just losing too much, man. He's only on 55 army supply now. He has no more mining bases. Things look a little dicey for Stork in a certain time in this game, but definitely bounce back very strong. Stork's like, yeah, I'm so far out, I can shoot at rocks. You're right, Stork. You can do that.
And now he just has the rest of his army across the map, and I don't think there's anything else he can do.
No.
I think True has
I really think
had.
These 2 High Templars were absolute heroes. Otherwise, I think this Muta Cloud would have been way more intimidating to deal with. But after Stork realized that all of these Mutas were like on 35 HP, he's like, cool, I'll just march across the map and leave a bunch of Stalkers behind, because what are you gonna do with like 35 HP Mutalisks? There's no way you can fight like 20 Blink Stalkers. Well, normally it's so hard to play against, you know, a Muta Cloud of 20, 25, maybe 30 Mutalisks in the near future. Ooh, sorry.
Yeah.
Great observer.
I mean, I guess, so Stork is going to be able to tie this series up. I'm interested to know how many hatch cancels, how many hatchery, evolution chamber, everything blocks are going to happen in the 3rd game, but this series is not over yet.
Nope. What we tried to say before, a lot of Mutalisks were dying as well, that perhaps the best is still to come, as the next series that we'll do on this stream is going to be Innovation versus Snoot, and that's going to be a cracker, Nate.
Yes, it will indeed. Of course, that will determine the first player to get out of this group into the bracket stage, I believe it is, of the tournament.
Of course, we have 4 groups of 4 players, so we have 16 players left in the main event. Well, 2 have been eliminated of Group A. I2 Protoss brothers have advanced. Zest and Sun?
Zest and Sun.
Alrighty, and after this series, well, we'll know 1 more player that's being eliminated. But in the end, we'll have a single elimination bracket, like always at the Intel Extreme Masters, because Carmack loves single elimination brackets, and I don't blame him. But recently, it did get me thinking, I would love to see a World Cup of football with a double elimination bracket. Because then Holland would have had another chance.
But then everybody that they shouldn't have beaten that they beat would have had another chance.
Yeah, but like there was no team that we beat that we shouldn't have beaten. We deserved every victory we got. We actually went home without losing a game. Like I refuse to acknowledge Germany as the world champion.
I would have been okay with giving America like 3 chances then in that case. That's what seems fair to me.
Alrighty. Anyways, of course, 16 players in the main event, 8 players will advance, 8 players will be eliminated from the group stage, and then we'll have a single elimination bracket to determine who is going to be our champion of the Inter Extreme Masters, Shenzhen. I was thinking about like previous Inter Extreme Masters in China. One of them got cancelled, but I believe last year we had one in Shanghai, and it was Revival winning with us being the runner-up.
Yep.
And then 2 years before that, because the one year before that one got cancelled, but I think 2 years before that, we had Idra winning the Inter Extreme Masters Guangzhou. And if you know who was the runner-up of that tournament, I'd be so proud of you, Nate. He is arguably the greatest Protoss player of all time. He does not believe in 3 bases.
MC?
No, he's European.
White Raw.
Close.
I got
A
nothing.
little more north. Elfie.
How many times? Oh, come on. Okay, I would never have guessed that. I'm sorry.
That was a
Elfie.
really great tournament, man. 2011, Inter Extreme Masters. That was a great season.
Yeah.
No, it was fun.
That was right around the same time that I started getting more heavily into these tournaments.
No,
so.
there was actually a really sick series as well between Idra and Puma in the semifinals.
Did Puma 2 racks?
No, they had a great game on Lost Temple where Idra played Ultralisk Nidus. And according to Mr. Bitter, that was the greatest game of StarCraft 2 ever played. Now, we all know that Mr. Bitter can't really have an opinion
I want to see a catalog of people that have said, like, this is the best game I've seen in a really long time. Like, when it happens every other week. And just see how they stack up.
There is a list on Team Liquid, which is really awesome. Like, if you have a board, you can just go to this topic and be like, greatest games ever played. And there are so many great games in that little topic. And Polt vs. Soppy last week, in my opinion, qualifies for one of those on Nimbus.
Nimbus, yeah, that was actually really cool.
I mean, maybe not like the greatest game of all time, but up there. Good one. One of the greatest games of the year, that's for sure. Either way, we're getting ready for game number 3 between Stork and True. True has dropped his first map in this tournament against a non-Terran player. In a pretty unorthodox way, I would say. It was a special game.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just interested to see what happens if True wins this and then Innovation loses, because True just shows really, really good play until he has to face a Terran. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, he's really good. I'm not trying to call him bad. I'm just saying he loses to Terran players that I would say would never beat the Protosses that he beats, or at least wouldn't have, like, I don't think that like Jokchi, who beat him. Like, Jokchi had a horrible day versus Protoss today, and I think that True...
You say that, Nate, but he went 1-2, 1-2 against 2 of the greatest Protoss players on Earth. Like, how can you say that was a horrible day for him?
Because he had to play TVP.
Yeah, but come on.
I mean, he didn't...
He took a map of Zest, who's, like, arguably the best player in the world.
Okay. I'll give you some points there.
And then he took
San,
a map of...
I think if Jokchi taking a map off San... off of Zest shows that he's really good, then I think he could beat San.
Yeah, but like San, San is no pushover. He's the runner-up of WCS Europe. He's been like super successful. He won Aces Rock. San has been winning tournaments as well, and that's not because he's Protoss. Come on, don't do that to me.
All right, I underrate Jokchi a lot compared to a lot of other players. So
underrate or?
I underrate. Yeah, I didn't expect Jokchi to be to take really any big. He's not my Terran pick for this tournament. Let's just say that.
No, but that shows even more that he didn't have that bad of a day. I actually think he had a pretty damn good day.
Yeah.
Like he came.
Okay, you win. You win, Kev.
It's not an argument. I'm just like showing some love to Jokchi, even though he didn't advance. It was a tough group. Either way, that was Group A. That was played early today. You guys can of course find all the VODs at twitch.tv/ESLTV_SE2.
Yep. It's basically this stream title if you guys are watching on Twitch, minus the B.
Over here on the left bottom side of Foxtrot Labs, one of the new maps introduced to our latter map pool season is Jina Green Wings True. Damn, see that green flag? He's rocking it. This is a really interesting map, mostly because of this weird gold expand.
I haven't seen a lot of Protoss vs. Zerg on this map. Have you?
No, me neither. We saw Live play a very strange game against Daisy on this map yesterday. What's going on? True, why do you keep doing this?
Yeah. he just
does
hatcheries for days. And look at this. Oh, I thought Stork was actually going to try to run it back there. Be like, I don't know, man. That would be a little bit crazy. Stork
does scout, which is really important, so he knows what's going on the other side of the map. He's also going to see that there is no spawning pool over here. That helps. It's still going to take a long time before he kills his hatchery. This time he doesn't seem to be too bothered by it.
Do you think he opens with a gateway expand just to prevent that hatchery from being a problem again?
I think he's not happy with how his previous games have played out. Look at True. He has 3 hatcheries on the production tab now. Every minute he has a hatchery on the production tab.
I mean, I guess he knows where the zealots are, right? So he's got at least a mental timer of how long he's got.
Obviously, he will cancel this hatchery, and then he's gonna have to. Man, if these 2 zealots just run across the map after this hatchery gets cancelled, that's gonna be kind of annoying because the spawning pool is just now being morphed in. And this map is not as large as some. Oh my god, he's playing with fire, man. He's waiting for so long.
Yep, it's okay. I'm gonna cancel. I mean, as long as that drone's alive, man. When this guy has a drone on your side of the map, you don't want to move out. He's got a drone. He's got a drone.
Look, he's gonna morph into the extractor. He wants to get it.
Oh no!
Punish, of course, snipes him. Either way, now of course Stork does want to do something with it. There's a good chance, Nate, that he puts some 4-gate pressure on this. Like maybe 1 gateway in the main and 2 more in the front, or just all 3 in the front. And I actually think that would be really good, even though the extractor is already mining gas. But gas will be late regardless, because the spawning pool was so bloody late.
Yeah. This is...
I did the bloody for Paul, if you're still watching.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of... I'm sure there's a lot of Europeans tuning in now, so they appreciate it.
Europe is waking up, America stays awake. Man.
America's staying awake with us.
Yeah,
we had now just about 2 in the morning.
Here we do see what we kind of expected, Nate, on this map. It's 3 gateways. There's a probe on the other side of the map as well. They can start dropping in pilots.
Is that already walled off?
Sorry, you mean the gates?
These gateways.
Yeah, there's a chance. Yeah, I think this is a full wall.
How'd that stalker get out?
This is really important. Oh, this is so good for True if he's going to cancel this first pylon.
Zerglings! Deny the pylon!
This really ruins whatever Stork was going to try to do. Where are the zealots? Okay, the zealots are going to try to keep the probe alive. He realized that he really needs a pylon up. But he already delayed the warp ins, because let's not forget, you know, this could have already been warping in. This, never mind. Couldn't have been warping in. Still, he's buying time. Speed is halfway done. Of course, there's still Mothership Core as well, so he could theoretically recall if things get too dicey. But I feel that he's been doing a really good job in buying time already.
Go through the rocks.
Really important push here for Stork, man. Like, I'm not exactly sure how this plays out. Normally it's easy to call, but with speed finishing up, I think I like True's position, but it all comes down to the engagements. 1 bad fight against the 4 gateway Protoss and you're dead as a Zerg player. Without a Roach Warren, you'll be absolutely dead. But now I feel with 34 Zerglings, I almost feel that should theoretically be enough. You're right, by the way, Nate. Zerglings squeezed through this little ramp.
Oh!
And now he forced defensive weapons. That's already good enough. He should just retreat with these Zerglings, in my opinion.
Nice. Those Zealots will not be able to get into that little space.
Oh my god, he's going to try to
keep he blocks it off. The Zealots, they're heroes.
This is... Oh, no, Stork, no. That could actually be a game-ending mistake. He needs to warp in. He doesn't warp in time.
Oh, he's going to shut down all his production.
Oh god. Well, that was way better than I thought he was going to get.
Overtime pylon, man. The overtime pylon not able to make it happen.
This is no ramp either, by the way. Okay. Or a wall.
Well, hopefully these Zealots stand still.
He shut down this pylon as well. I mean, Stork can still recall out. Let's not underestimate this army. Stork can do some damage as well.
I don't know, man.
What? Like, he's going to do work.
He doesn't have any units.
No, there are no units over here. Okay, a lot of Zerglings are streaming in now. How much damage will these gateway units be able to do with the queens?
One queen down.
Falls.
He's in a nice
positioning
choke.
Is everything. Yeah, choke point is so important. Oh my god, what a bizarre game. How crazy to play it is with Tournament Live on the line. All these gateways will be shut down. But still, look at True. He's just going to abandon his main.
And Stork is stabilized on 1 base.
So we're going to have 1 base Zerg against 1 base Protoss at like the 9-minute mark.
There.
Oh, he recalls.
The recall.
Okay, well, then it's really good for True. Yeah. Very, very, very good for True. Oh, the great play by True. He has 63 Zerglings on the map. Wow, what a great decision to counterattack. First I thought it was a full wall off, But then even when they squeezed through, when he forced the warp-ins, I kind of thought like, hey, this is a good moment for you to just go back. Look at all these Zerglings.
Around, getting right on top of these Protoss units. Those force fields were pretty solid, but there's, you know, it's becoming a bit of a numbers game, Kev.
Yep, there's still so many Zerglings. Most of the Zealots are losing their HP. Protoss might be able to defend over here, but then again, it's still just a one-base Protoss against a Zerg player that has right now 13 drones in the production tab. Do you know how long it will take for Protoss player to make 13 workers now, Nate?
17 times 13.
Yeah, how much is that? Come on, Nate.
Let me use my noggin.
Come on, Nate. 221.
21. Really? Okay.
I have no idea. Is it?
We can't just
10 times 17 is 170.
Like
3 times 17 is 51.
Without opening the resources lost tab, tell me how many resources have been lost this game, Kev.
A guess?
Yeah, just guess. That's what I feel like I'm being asked.
No.
I can't calculate that off the top of my head.
Okay, well, a good guess for Protoss would be 2,800 and Zerg 3,100. Ooh.
The chat has actually confirmed that you're right, by the way.
Ooh. I had 2,800, 3,100. I just had it flipped. Man, I'm an actual god of numbers.
And you
can call me Rain Man.
You were right. It was 221. You're actually totally right.
Yeah, Nate. I actually, when you gave me 20 more seconds, it was very easy to confirm that.
Oh my god. Well,
basic math is not that hard.
Man, you're fist fighting someone that's in a
Alrighty, back to the state of the game though is what is very important is that Stork is still going to try to expand. He realized like, okay, I can try to just donk my tournament life away with a 4-gate of 1 base, but that's never going to work. So I'm just going to try to turn this into a macro game despite being incredibly far behind. But you have to try.
He's taking the gold in the top base, by the way. That's a little unusual.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it's cool. True knows that Stork is not going to move out for a while.
Yeah, it's nice.
I think he's getting 2 gates now. He's 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 gate? Imagine if Stork wins this.
That would actually be pretty epic.
That would be so sick. He's down 24 workers, a 6 gate of good old 1 base.
Oh, I love these counterattacks.
Yeah, this is gonna squeeze through. Almost.
Not quite able.
Alright, there are a lot of roaches on the way, and roaches are very good against everything that Stork has. But True does not have burrow yet, so theoretically with the best force fields in history, and then he's gonna wipe in a bunch of stalkers. I still don't think it's possible, but theoretically it's possible. Yeah. Normally, you know,
anything could happen, Kev.
Yeah, it's game StarCraft.
This could go either way.
Roaches are so strong against this Protoss army. However, the first set of force fields is good.
Force fields.
The thing is, if
but
this
he's gonna get the pylon.
Yeah,
he needs it. Force fields are trying to save it.
Mothership core dies as well. These are really sick force fields. Most of these roaches are being trapped, but it's still 110 supply against 56.
There's just so much Zerg. He's on top of everything. Gets the surround. No more zealots. And that's it for Stork's army as that gold base up top is even done. GG! Stork is eliminated from Intel Extreme Masters Shenzhen.
A really crazy game. Last game on Foxtrot Labs. I feel like every game between these two players have been very crazy.
Yeah, I think True just does a really good job of not allowing you to play a normal game of StarCraft 2. That's probably why. Like,
that is a skill.
Like, there's nothing quite that crazy that you could do as a Zerg against a Terran, and that's why he really likes playing ZVP.
Like, why did this game turn out again the way that it did? Sorry, I'm having a really hard time wrapping my brain around the early stages of the game.
He killed.
Oh yeah, then there was the double zealot opening, and then the slow links, yeah. And that counter attack was truly brilliant. I love the idea of the counter because you force defensive weapons, and when a Protoss player opens up with that, you know, 4-gate, that pseudo 2-base, it's like an in-between, it's like a 4-gate where you can win the game. You kind of want to do a lot of damage that set yourself up to win the game, but above all, you want to wipe in on the other side of the map. You don't want to have defensive weapons, so when he forced defensive weapons, I was like, yeah, true, that's a good move. Now you can pull those Zerglings back and defend with them, but he's like, no, I will just send everything to this other side of the map, because best defensive offense, and he made it work. Could Stork have handled it a little bit better? Yes, Zealot should have been on hold position. Maybe wipe in, you know, a sentry or two behind the wall. But even then, he's still forcing defensive weapons. So I like the move by True regardless, but in the end, it played out so much better because he was persistent. And that's what life is often about, Nate. You want to be persistent in everything you do.
Hey, man, luck equals persistence over time. and he made it happen. So congratulations to him. He's going to go up against the loser of our next series. That's right. It's time for the winners match. It's going to be a Terran versus Zerg between Innovation and Snoot. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes' time with our next series. You're watching the Intel Extreme Masters, Shenzhen.